It's Thursday the 15th of June 2023 and I've come from a long overdue walk into Yorkshire. I'm parking on the car park in the little village of Stainforth here, and I'm going to do a walk which will take in a couple of waterfalls. So this is the car park. It's a pay and display, but the bays are well marked out, and there are actually toilet facilities as well. Cost is £5.50 to park all day, so although it's not cheap, it's got all the facilities you need. Right, I'm leaving the car park now, and first point of interest this morning should be a waterfall called Catrig Force. There's the signpost which points the way, so I'm heading off to the right from the car park entrance. Stainforth is just a small village. According to Wikipedia, population of about 200, if that's to be believed. Right, just take a left-hand turn at the end of the road, and there's a handy sign. Winskill to the right, Catrig to the left. It's a nice little village green here. Yeah, it's a lovely little village, as a lot of these little villages in Yorkshire are. It's going to be another really warm day again today. We've had a good run of weather now, last 2 or 3 weeks. And although this is a steepish little start, this walk today is of no great significance height-wise. And I thought it would be better doing this today than slogging up a mountain in the Lake District. And there's quite a breeze today, which is going to be handy in keeping the temperature down a little. And this is a really lovely start to the walk. The good folk of Yorkshire call this God's own country. With views like this, it's not surprising why. Right, according to the GPS, I've come about a mile or so up this track now, and a gate on the left here, as the signpost shows, should take me down to Catrig Force, or Catrig Foss, as the signpost says. So I'll have a look back down there and then come back this way. And again, beautiful view in front and off to the right. So I'm not holding out too much hope for the waterfall running quickly this morning. As I said, this last 2 or 3 weeks the weather has been absolutely beautiful, lots and lots of warm sunshine, hot sunshine at times, so we shall see. The waterfall is hidden in this little woodland here. These rocks behind me are quite impressive. I can hear the sound of running water. There's a set of steps here which take you down to the waterfall. With an obstacle to get over here. Yeah, and as I thought, the waterfall's rather disappointing, unfortunately. Very little water coming down. But it's a nice little spot. This is the stream which forms Catterick Force waterfall, and as you can see, not a great deal of water in it at the moment, but as I said, I wasn't expecting great things this morning. See the very top of the waterfall down there. So I'll make my way back to the gate I came through to get down to the waterfall, and make my way down to the buildings at Winskill, Upper Winskill I think it is. It's a little steep going down to the waterfall, but nothing too major. The only thing you've got to watch out for is that the stones around the waterfall can be rather slippy, so just be aware of that. But it's well worth a visit, especially after we've had any kind of heavy rainfall. So as I said, this path now will take me across fields and pastures and what have you to the buildings at Upper Winskill. That's what's behind me on the path up from Catterick Force. There are plenty of choices here. Public footpath off to the right, the path to Langcliffe, which I think is the one I want, off to the left, Pennine Bridleway back to where I've come from, and the Pennine Bridleway to Settle. So I'll just make my way down here now, and just passing through the buildings of Upper and Lower Winskill. Right, I'm just coming down the lane here, and there's a footpath sign off to the left here which points to Langcliffe. Now that's the way I want to go, so I'll go this way. There's a bit of a warning for you dog owners. Yeah, this is going to take me straight across the field. More pleasant than walking down the stony track that I was on. At the end of this first field there's another public footpath sign. It seems to point down this way. This is quite a steep drop down this field here. There's a large cairn at the side here pointing the way, and a beautiful view. And as I said, that's the stark difference between the Dales and the lakes. Much more greenery up here in the Dales. Those rather impressive cliffs up there are just off to the right of the path that I took down. And as I said before, I'm heading now into the village of Langcliffe. I'll perhaps have a couple of minutes there sitting on the by the village green. Just come a little further down the field and there's a nicely shaded bench here, so I think I'll stop and have a drink for a few minutes. And I've got a rather nice view ahead of me. Quite a few of the cows across here are lying down. That means by the old wives' tale it's going to rain. Can't see it somehow. We did this walk several years ago, and although I'm doing it clockwise today, I think we did it anti-clockwise that day. And I find that if you do the same walk twice, if you do it the opposite way the second time, it freshens it up and it's like a completely different walk. Just a thought. Right, I'm just about to enter the village of Langcliffe, and as I said earlier, I think I'll stop there for 5 or 10 minutes and have a drink. There's some benches on the village green there. There's also a car park here in Langcliffe where you could choose to start the walk if you so wished. Car park operates on an honesty box system. I'll chuck £2 or £3 in there if you do. And this is the village green. So yes, I think a few minutes is called for here. This is a lovely little setup. I think I'll go and have a bench in the sun. So that's Langcliffe, another pretty little Yorkshire village, and I'll make my way through the village now and cross the main road. Having made my way through the village, I've just crossed the B6480, and this is the view in front of me. The next thing I'm looking for is a pass through some mill buildings. Now there's a big chimney down here. I think that's part of the mill buildings that I need to go through. So I'm going to make my way left along the road here, see if I can find a path down there. Bridge here takes you over the railway line. Right, I'm going to make my way through the mill yard now, and perfectly acceptable. There's the public footpath sign which allows you to go this way, and there's a path here for pedestrians. And this, as I said, should take me to a weir which crosses the River Ribble. At the end of the pedestrian walkway, you're turned right along this little narrow path which runs behind mill buildings. The mill pond and the caravan park opposite. And this little path is going to take me around by the pond, away from the mill buildings now. The little ducklings on here. Just at the end of the terrace houses here, I'm going to turn short left and cross the weir over the River Ribble. And again, downstream the river's very dry again. Just another effect of the good weather we've been having. Upstream it looks much more healthy. So yeah, this is rather a nice little spot here. The footpath sign at the just after the end of the bridge points the way to Stackhouse. And that's the way I want to go. Don't want to carry on along by the Ribble. My way up to Stackhouse now. And there you go, that's the warning for you. Any person who omits to shut and fasten this gate is liable to a penalty not exceeding 40 shillings. And this is Stackhouse. I've seen one of these before as well. I guess you would call Stackhouse a hamlet rather than a village. But I'm looking for a path now which will take me off this road. Could that be up here? Oh, there's a public footpath here. Look right away, that's a Stackhouse, or maybe Stackhouse is a little bigger than I thought it was. Some more nice property here. It's called Abbey Lands. I'm going to turn left here and walk along this path. As I said, it takes me off the road, but I'm walking pretty much parallel with the road for a while. Well, all that did was to take me through the hamlet and bring me back onto the road. I'm hoping that I can get access to this field ahead and see if I could have gone a different way to get to the field, but it looks like there's some steps here, so maybe I'll be lucky. Yeah, steps lead to a little gate which takes you into the field. There's a path comes around here, so yeah, maybe if I'd gone a little further into Stackhouse, yeah, I could probably got around the back there. Never mind. Right, back off the road again. That's a lovely view off to the left here. And off up to the right is Giggleswick Scar, and that's the way I'm heading. Just love that word, Giggleswick. Right, having come through a gate in this wall here, I'm going to have to go over these steps now and into the little wood ahead. And at some stage it's going to have to break off to the right to get me up onto Giggleswick Scar. So let's see how we go. Yeah, immediately at the little climb up from the stile, the path splits. Don't know which way that goes, don't know where it goes, shall I say, but I need to turn right and head off up here. I think just be able to pick out between the trees here the chimney of the mill buildings I went through before. I was just speaking to a local gentleman who told me the way up onto the Scar is through the 5-bar gate and follow the path. Well, that's quite a tidy climb up. I've reached the top now, and I'm going to turn right and walk along the Scar. Not before I stop for a drink though. Right, I'm just sitting at the side of the path, having had a drink, and there's the view I'm overlooking, and there are all sorts of paths up here. I've just turned before this corner here, but there's a path comes from over there, and there's one comes from behind me here. There's the path I've come part way along, and there's some rather impressive quarries off to the left. Should really have filmed them further down. You got a much better view of them from down there. Yeah, quite impressive. And as I said, there's a myriad of paths all the way up here. And this last little bit up here has been a bit of a scramble, and continues to be so for next goodness knows how long. Amongst all the rock and shale that there is up here, you find these pretty flowers, and also a much better view down into the quarries. They don't look like they're still used. And this is the 360 view from the cairn on the edge of Giggleswick Scar here. And it's just 12 o'clock, so I think I may as well stop here and have some lunch and enjoy this view. And there's the onward route, climbing up to the trees on top there. Right, well that's lunch out of the way, so let's get a little bit further on. I've got a bit of a climb coming up shortly. Just had a little bit of a drop there, and another little rise coming up. Right, I'm moving away from the edge of Giggleswick Scar now, and heading off on this public bridleway here in the direction of Pfizer. I won't be going as far as Pfizer, but that's the area I'm heading for. Awkward. I have to say that underfoot conditions along this section here are absolutely brilliant. Really soft underfoot. And the views don't get any worse either. Right, I think this footpath sign is probably going to tell me that I should be turning right here. The path carries on this way to Pfizer, and that way goes up to Stackhouse. And I've been up to Stackhouse once, but I do have to turn sharp right, so I shall be following this way now and making my way back to Stainforth. Looks like we've got a standoff here. I've just had a little alarm which tells me that just after this wall here the path splits. The right hand side goes off to Stackhouse, the left, which is the one I want, let's try and get this gate open, goes off to Stainforth. That's the path over there. I think this must be the split here, just a few yards after the gate. The path on the right, as I said, goes off to Stackhouse, and this one goes off to Stainforth. I think I'm right in saying. I shall soon see. A quick check with the Ordnance Survey app has told me that I'm certainly heading in the right direction. And what a view this is. I'm heading for the enclosed lane ahead, but yeah, beautiful view. And the strongish breeze has just got up. It's a little warm still, but very welcome. Well, that's not been the best of paths I've ever come down, and continues to be so going through here, but there is a ladder stile over the wall here which will take me where I want to go if I can avoid the nettles. Yeah, not great. There we are, public footpath, points the way across. No obvious path at the moment, but somewhere over there. Right, I'm just making my way across fields now to Little Stainforth, and then I'll drop off there and have a look at Stainforth Force, Waterfall, before making my way back to the car. Two little cuties here, and the noisy one. I'm just about to turn right at some stage to walk down through Little Stainforth, and it's been nice to have a relatively gentle walk for change. I don't think I would have fancied slogging my way up a mountain and the lakes today, or up that one for that matter. I'm just wondering if that's Penny Ghent. I think it well may be. and this is Little Stainforth. There we go, this path is part of the Pennine Bridleway. It's 3/4 of a mile to Stainforth. Come to say hello. It's the way to Stackhouse along there, but it's also the way to Stainforth Forest Waterfall. That's the bridge I'll be going back over after, back to the car park. Well, that's been a lovely end to the walk, and I've thoroughly enjoyed the day today. It's been lovely weather throughout, and yeah, I've enjoyed having a relatively easy walk for a change. So I'll just make my way over the bridge and back to the car. Well, at this point I guess I could walk back to the road and down to the car park, but this footpath sign here tells me there's a bridleway to Stainforth in 1/4 of a mile, so I might as well go that way. Much more pleasant than walking down the road. So I hope you've enjoyed this wander around Yorkshire for a change, and thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed it please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.